Hey guys, it's Torment here again, and today I am bringing you a Modern Warfare 3 commentary. This is on Domination, on Underground, and yeah, I won't bother with the detail, which you guys probably don't care. Anyways, I watched a video on my friend's channel. His name is Baraka1994. Made a commentary about how he got into PC gaming, and he asked me to do one. Which, you know, I'm actually going to do in this commentary. If I have time, I doubt I do. I've only got 8 minutes. I will do YouTube, but I guess I'll do that on another. I'll save that for another commentary. It'd be easier for me. How I got into PC gaming? Well, I more or less had my first PC when I was 2. You know, I couldn't do much with it. Obviously, I was 2 years old. All I could do was paint. I used to make these little scribbles. My parents used to make a lot of fuss about it because it was a scribble when I was 2 years old. You know, scribble to me was a masterpiece. And you know, I never really played games then, obviously. And how I got into PC gaming, what can I remember? I mean, I can sidetrack, and first game, probably console, it was when I first started getting into gaming, like the NES and things like that. And then it changed to, like, from starting when I was about 9-10 years old, I started getting into computer games. Nothing CD related, it was usually internet based, you know, free games on Google, and you'd get a million sites, and that's why I used to play for 9, 10, when I was that age, 9 and 10. Around 11, 12, it was more or less the same thing. So for a couple of years, it was just a few things like that, and I started getting into the multiplayer side of it. So I type in multiplayer only online games. But back then, there weren't a lot of online games. You had to look hard. How far is it into this? Oh god, 2 minutes. Okay. So yeah, I used to play a lot of online games, as in browser online, more or less. Then, you know, I'd have obviously these CDs lying around, and they'd play local. So, you know, I'd get me and my brother to install it, and we'd play just a local online kind of thing. It was fun until I stepped it up a notch, and one day, for my birthday, my grandma took me out, and she said, choose a game, whatever game you want. And at the time, I'd been spending a lot of time with my friend, and we were playing Call of Duty 4 online. And unfortunately, they didn't sell it in the stores, or it had run out of stock. And Call of Duty 5 World at War, had just been released, and so I got that. And that's how I started. I completed the campaign very quickly. I enjoyed it a lot. But unfortunately, back then, around that time, there were a lot of hackings going on between games and people getting into accounts, like the real proper hackers with these online social networking games. So my parents more or less forbid me from going online, and if they ever caught me, they'd kill me. And, you know, that's pretty much what I did. I used to sneak online every, you know, hour or so, just trying to play, because I could get online. I got onto loads of servers. And, I loved it, you know. I loved playing online because it was a challenge for me, you know, real people basically, and you know, I never really experienced it. If you're beating real people at their own game, it's like, fuck you, I'm better than you, and I used to love it. And you know, my dad found out and he went nuts, and he literally more or less took the game off me. I hadn't played it for like more or less a year. I wasn't allowed to play any games like that. You know, if he caught me, he'd kill me. And so a year went past, and he gave it back, and I must have been 14 at that time. And, you know, I was doing that. I played a lot of World at War. Gradually I got bored of it. I didn't know about patches back then, so the servers started to gradually empty themselves because you needed updates, but it never told you what you needed. 4 minutes, only got 4 minutes left, okay. So, you know, I could never really tell what was going on when no one was playing it. So I downloaded this game called Assault Cube. And, you know, my dad said, oh, I better not be online. And I was like, oh, no, it's not. And, you know, I'd played it for months before he found out about it. Then again, I just told him it wasn't online. And I used to get very good at that. I played it for years, that game. So from, 14, 15, 16, it must have been a good 2 years. Or a good year, more or less, before I changed to something else. And, you know, once I got bored of that, I changed up to some free online games, a couple other things, you know. a couple other free websites that let you download proper free online games. And then I jumped into the COD series. At the age of 15 or 16, one or two, bought myself a PlayStation 3. And that's where it hit off with the proper online. I got Modern Warfare 2 with it, not Modern Warfare 3. And, you know, I set it all up, and my dad was downstairs, and I needed to know the key code for the internet, and I really wanted it because I want to play with my friends. And my dad was starting to ease up about the online things. And, you know, but he wouldn't allow didn't want me playing with strangers. And of course, on PS3, it's lobbies only. There's no way you can do it with just friends unless it's a private match. You know, my friends didn't always want to play private match, and so I just goes, oh yeah, I'm playing with him, and him. They're all my friends. He goes, oh okay. So he'd leave. You know, he never found out basically, and he just gradually got used to the idea that I was going to play online, and not a lot of things was going to happen. You know, I explained to him what are the chances of me bumping into a legit hacker that wants to take my account and then steal your credit card. You know, it can happen, yes, and it's actually very likely, but the chances, not so much. And yeah, from there, I just bought most of my things for PS3, and then I started meeting some friends on YouTube. For example, Baraka, I met him way before I even got Modern Warfare 2. I was still playing Assault Cube at that time, and you know, we decided to you know, start recording. Now I'm not going to get into YouTube because I don't have time, but I'll make a YouTube one later on. That's going to be a bit longer, but yeah, that's basically how I got into gaming. From the very start was, if you wanted to make it simple, it was World at War that got me going. That's how I started out, and you know, here I am now. Every COD game that comes out, I buy it for PS3, and then I buy it for PC. Obviously, when Black Ops 2 comes out, if I buy it, it's only going to be for PS3 since my computer is not strong enough to run Black Ops or Black Ops 2. So I won't be buying it for PC. You won't be seeing any gameplay from me unless I upgrade my computer. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that commentary. The next one will be probably of me of how I got onto YouTube, and that's quite funny for me. I quite enjoy it. But yeah, so wrap it up. What it all got me going, and here I am, 3-4 years later, you know. But now obviously my parents don't really care. You know, walks in, what you doing, playing online? Okay. Know anybody? No. And they walk off. You know, the games now have a lot of protection, so it's going to be quite hard to actually hack, but not as in like wall hack, but proper hack. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye bye.